In the bustling city of Rome, during the reign of the wise emperor Marcus Aurelius, lived a young philosopher named Lucius. Orphaned at a young age, Lucius was taken in by a kind merchant, Sextus, who recognized the boy's potential for greatness. Raised with a love for wisdom and virtue, Lucius found solace in the teachings of the Stoics. Lucius often sought guidance from an elderly mentor, Antonius, a former senator who had retired to a quiet life of contemplation. Antonius had studied under Epictetus and was revered for his wisdom and serenity. One morning, Lucius found Antonius in his garden, tending to his beloved olive trees. The old man greeted him with a smile. "Lucius, what troubles you today?" Antonius asked. "Master, I feel lost. I yearn to understand how to live a virtuous life, but the world is filled with distractions and injustices," Lucius replied, his voice tinged with frustration. Antonius nodded, his eyes twinkling with understanding. "Come, sit with me. Let us speak of the wisdom of the Stoics." The first conflict, injustice. As Lucius navigated his daily life, he encountered various injustices. One day, he witnessed a corrupt official extorting money from a poor fruit vendor. Lucius felt a surge of anger and helplessness. That evening, he shared his experience with Antonius. "How can I remain calm in the face of such wrongdoing?" he asked. Antonius replied, "Remember the teachings of Epictetus. We cannot control the actions of others, only our own responses. Focus on what is within your power. Report the injustice to those who can act upon it, but do not let anger consume you. Instead, cultivate inner peace and resilience." Taking his mentor's advice, Lucius reported the official to a higher authority, who promised to investigate. Lucius felt a sense of calm, knowing he had done what he could within his power. The second conflict. Personal loss. Months passed, and Lucius fell in love with a young woman named Valeria. Their love was pure and deep, and they planned to marry. However, tragedy struck when Valeria fell ill and passed away suddenly. Overwhelmed with grief, Lucius sought out Antonius, his heart heavy with sorrow. "How do I endure such loss?" he asked, tears streaming down his face. Antonius embraced him gently. "Grief is natural, Lucius. Even Marcus Aurelius himself wrote of his sorrow. But remember, death is a part of life, a return to nature. Reflect on the impermanence of all things, and cherish the memories of Valeria. She is now part of the eternal cycle." Lucius spent many days in contemplation, finding solace in the Stoic practice of reflecting on the transient nature of life. He wrote letters to Valeria, expressing his love and sorrow, and gradually, his heart began to heal. The third conflict. Moral dilemma. As Lucius grew older, he gained a reputation for his wisdom and was appointed as an advisor to the emperor. One day, he was faced with a moral dilemma. A close friend, Julius, was accused of treason. Lucius knew Julius to be innocent, but the evidence against him was strong. Lucius approached Antonius, seeking guidance. "How do I choose between loyalty to a friend and my duty to the state?" he asked. Antonius replied, "In times of moral conflict, seek the truth and act with justice. As Seneca taught, a good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness. Investigate thoroughly and present the truth fearlessly, regardless of the consequences." Lucius conducted a meticulous investigation and discovered evidence that exonerated Julius. He presented his findings to the emperor, who absolved Julius of all charges. Lucius felt a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing he had acted with integrity and justice.
Years later, as Antonius lay on his deathbed, Lucius sat by his side. The old man smiled weakly. "You have grown into a true Stoic, Lucius. Remember, life is fleeting, but virtue endures." Lucius nodded, tears in his eyes. "Thank you, Master, for your guidance." Antonius took his hand. "Live with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. And always remember, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." As Antonius passed away, Lucius felt a deep sense of peace. He had embraced the Stoic path, learning to navigate the trials of life with wisdom and grace. And in doing so, he found a lasting inner tranquility that no external circumstance could shake. The story of Lucius, shaped by the teachings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, serves as a timeless reminder of the power of Stoic philosophy to guide us through life's challenges, fostering resilience, virtue, and inner peace.